can't hear me. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now? I forgot to turn the mic on. I've just been sitting here talking. I'll just go back over it real quick. My purpose in life is joy, and there is an abundance of everything. Shortage is only a perception. The basis of your life is freedom. The purpose of your life is joy. You are free to choose new avenues for joy. And in your joyous growth, you will add to the experience of all that is. On the back of this one, is you keep thinking there is a shortage of abundance. A shortage is only a perception. There is a never-ending stream of abundance. There is no shortage whatsoever. And I was talking about birds, and this past couple nights we've all been discussing, that we've been seeing birds. And I was saying with this card, I'm sorry, I didn't even notice that I didn't have my mic on, so I'm just going to do this again. But with those music notes up there, you may feel like some of them are talking to you, singing to you, anything like that. No, I just forgot to push the button, and I don't know how I didn't see it. It was bright red. You should have told me. But anywho, I'm glad you came on and let me know, because I probably would have rambled for a while. I appreciate it. But we did discuss it, I believe it was last night's live, about birds being messengers, and if some of them, certain ones, stand out for the collective energy. Make sure you guys look those up. Spiritual meaning of blackbird, or I've seen these big white birds that look like pelicans, or but it's not a pelican, it's a different bird. I still can't figure out what it was. Doves, those big birds, hawks, and vultures, different ones like that, and they all have different meanings. So if you're curious, be sure and look them up. If you're wanting to get more in depth, because I'm one of those, I love to delve to the depths of the meaning, so that I have a greater understanding of what my guides, what my higher self is trying to tell me in that moment. And this other one, with these sunflowers on the front, a lot of the collective can be just enjoying the beauty, is what I'm getting from this. Just enjoying the beauty of things that you see each and every day right now. Flowers look more vibrant than ever. They smell amazing. Just appreciating. What I'm getting is appreciating the little things in life right now. And they're not so little anymore. Um, we have this understanding and appreciation for everything, no matter how big or small. And it says on the back of this, is the basis of your life is freedom, the purpose of your life is joy. You're free to choose new avenues for joy, and in your joyous growth, you will add to the experience of all that is. With that one, I feel like that is real relevant to right now. With the Scorpio energy, death and rebirth, a lot of us are starting with new foundations. So yeah, I was going to do a clarifier, but I don't think I really need to. I think what came out in those cards, just for a quick collective read, I was just kind of waiting on some people to come on in. So, but for that, underneath, well, on top, because this deck has things on both sides. It has a picture, and then it has a more in-depth meaning. This is the Abraham Hicks deck. I didn't even know she had one, but I follow her teachings. She's very wise. Abraham's very wise, and so is she. She's a channel. And yep. And everybody, there's a lot of us already feeling this energy. Usually, I start feeling the energy of a moon a week before the moon now. Before it was like a couple days. Now I can still feel it a week before. And a lot of people are able and feel that shift in the energy before we're even there. and things start changing in our lives. And a lot of people's going through a lot of big changes, a lot of releasing. Like I said, I think it was last night, purge energy. This is purge energy. It's time to let stuff go if there's anything left. Yep, balance. Yeah, because we have to have balance before we can step into the release. If you're balanced internally, then you'll be able to let any of that go, whatever little bit that's left, if there is any. But I really feel it's the balance of the masculine and feminine. We're allowing the heart chakra to open up. And that's what I feel like really this Libra part is. Getting out of our heads, stop being up there so much, but only for the things that we're deserving of. Yeah, yeah. But this card says, as I breathe deeply, I feel myself thrive. Thriving is as natural as breathing itself. By relaxing often and breathing deeply, your natural thriving is enhanced. So, meditation, a lot of people they meditate. Every one of us does it differently. There is no way that you have to meditate, no matter what people will tell you. It's what you're comfortable with. I can meditate anywhere. I can meditate while I'm driving. I can meditate in the shower. It really, honestly, is just when you're in the most relaxed state, you're out of your head and you're able to allow messages to come in. To me, that is meditation. And then when you're wanting to go deep into a particular subject within yourself, or you're trying to find an answer, then you do the breathing techniques to help you clear, or go out into nature. That helps as well. But I'm going to move these over here. Now, I was thinking about, because tonight I'm going to do general energy reads for anyone that wants one. So, Cody, since you're the first one in here, if you would like a general energy reading, I can do one for you. This was the deck I was drawn to pull tonight, so I was going to pull an overall for you with this deck. Yeah, everybody has a thing. We all do. We all have different ways that helps us. You'd like to have one? Okay. But I was going to go ahead and reshuffle this deck, and then I have two decks over here, the Soul's Journey and the Numerology Oracle, that I will use for clarifiers for your overall energy. I feel like a lot of people are in pretty good energy right now. It really is just going to depend. I'm going to leave this one out because this was the main one. We already know. That way we kind of have the general overall to go with. I don't know if that one will stand up. Let me move this over here and see if I can put it right there. So it'll stand up. Kind of, sort of. There we go. I don't know if you can read it, but it's there. As you can see the sunflowers. And this deck is an oracle, so there is no set amount of cards, that has to be in this. And this also is not a tarot deck where you have to have all the suits and everything, the major and the minor arcanas. Yeah, Cody, I'll go ahead and do a general energy for you right now. Just provide guidance. It is highest good. What does Cody most need to be aware of right now? This deck is a little stiff. I haven't had it that long. I didn't even know she created a deck. I wish I had known a long time ago. I've been following her for probably 3, maybe 4 years. So if you guys get a chance, make sure you do check her out. If you're interested in like Eckhart Tolle or Dolores Cannon, any of those, Chiron, all of those are very good channels. They're channelers. And very high vibe. I mean, as far as their energy, and they're very knowledgeable. They have helped me tremendously on my journey. So if you get a chance, please do check them out. They will help you a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna go one more. Because like I said, this deck, I haven't used it very much. So it's special tonight. All right, Cody. Let's see. Let's see what they give us. What they need you to be aware of. I'm going to pull the one from the bottom, which represents, subconscious. There's nothing for me to guard against. You exist in a place of absolute well-being. Tell yourself that again and again. Know it. Be the evidence of it to give others reason to believe that all can be well. So being the example. And when you have moments where, you know how we get in that energy sometimes where we question ourselves, or every once in a while it pops up. Not a lot, but every once in a while it pops up. You're just being asked to tell yourself again and again, you exist in a place of absolute well-being. You can, that can be an affirmation, you know. That can be something that you just say. I have so many different ones that I say to myself on a daily basis. And they help tremendously. They help shift the energy. They help you to ground energy. Um, so I feel like with this, if you had any guarded energy at all, and I'm going to hold it so you can kind of see. I know with the glare, I'm so sorry, guys. And these cards are super duper shiny. But if you have any doors up, if you have any things blocked, now is the time to let this go. Between now and the full moon, it's time to release it, whatever it is. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just pull the bottom, and then whatever's on the top will be yours, and then I'll use the two clarifiers. I saw this card earlier when I was shuffling. I am selfish enough to want to feel good. Feeling good indicates your connection to clarity, wellness, and abundance in all good things. Feel good in your most natural core belief. I mean, if you can look, this cat, he looks like he's having a good time. I mean, he looks relaxed. He's all sprawled out, and one thing I've learned about cats, because I've done a lot of research, is I wasn't wasn't a big cat person. I was a dog person forever. But then eventually I was like, I can't, the energy was too high with the dogs. And my daughter kept asking me for a cat. And next thing I know, I've got four. I've got a black one, a gray one, a tabby, and what's the other one? Tortoiseshell. And they're all pretty cool, amazing cats. They've helped me a lot. They've helped me so much, and it could be that you're very connected with animals. Possibly have a cat or have cats, or you've always just been connected with animals. An orange cat, just like this one. Yeah. I saw this when I was shuffling. So it resonates to you somehow. So obviously that's the connection. And if that cat, isn't around, if that was, no longer around, then I feel like this is just letting you know that this cat is still with you. Because even when our animals leave us, because they're companions for us, they're here to assist us and heal. They transmute energy. If you've actually looked up the meanings of different color cats, they do certain things. They have powers, They're like little superheroes. But if this guy is no longer with you, he still is, like in the flesh. If he's not here in the flesh, he's still with you in spirit. Because we know we're all energy. So I feel like they're asking you, there's nothing wrong with being selfish for your highest good. And a lot of people will look at it. Oh, so sweet. But yeah, just make sure you're being allowing, just open and allowing. Release during this time. You're gonna feel the need to release some things. Excuse me, a little bit of throat chakra there. Um, I know a lot of us have the tendency to, especially if you have been in the energy that I was, and a lot of us collective were during the time that we were going through the majority of our healing, a lot of major things. We did have our guard up, and this energy of death and rebirth with Scorpio is asking us, and I talked about this last night because the release card and surrender kept coming up past couple nights. And I really feel like, that's why I keep saying this is purge energy. This is what's going on. We're being asked to just, it's time to let go. It's time to create that new foundation. And who cares if people think you're selfish? I don't care if people think I'm selfish. If I need time to myself, then I will act, not necessarily, I know how to relate in a way that others know that I need that time to myself. And hello, fire spawn. And if you're standing in your power, then you will have no problem in relaying that and standing firm in your boundaries. Yeah. And that's, that's the whole thing with, when you start on the spiritual journey, which I believe, we start at the day we're born. We just don't come into the higher knowledge and awareness until something happens that triggers us and starts it all. I'm not doing questions tonight, Fire Spawn, but I am doing an individual readings for everyone. But it's just a general overall energy. Right now, I'm currently doing Cody's. So I will be with you shortly. You're next on the list. Okay, so back to you, Cody. Like I said, I did get a little bit of that throat chakra, and I noticed on this card, you got the blue and the green. Okay, the blue represents throat chakra, the green is heart chakra, and to me, this also feels very earthy and watery. So stay grounded, allow the emotion to flow. Anything that needs to come out. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to scream, scream. Yell. When I had those moments, if I was at home and that happened, I would go in my room, close my door, and I would grab a pillow and scream into it. I mean, and if you got to cry, cry. I mean, it is a very good feeling to be able to release that emotion. There's nothing wrong with having your earth sign. Yeah. I have earth in my top two, my rising and moon. So I have 3 that are fixed. I'm a Scorpio sun, so I have all 3 fixed signs. So I'm stubborn. I have no problem saying that. And if you're earth sign, you probably have some of that stubborn. You wake up your parents. Yeah, I understand. Just next time that you're out and you have some time away, like if you're out at the park or able to go to the park or go on a trail or just somewhere where you have space away from people, do it then. But just doing that will help, because it's a release of energy. It's a release. Anytime you cry, yell, even talk fiercely about something, or just talk about something, that's a release of energy, a release of emotion. And it's very important. You don't want to hold that crap in. I'm here to tell you that will eat your body up. It'll turn into disease. That's what disease comes from. Abraham Hicks talks about that a lot. A lot of other the channelers do too. You hold that in. You think about it. Energy. It's just like taking a Coke bottle, throwing a Mentos in it, and putting a lid on that Coke bottle with the Mentos in it. I don't know if you've ever seen what happens when you do that, but where I'm from, that was just something that people did for shits and giggles and fun, around here. And I will tell you, if you don't know, it explodes. It blows up. So think of your energy that way. So if you don't let it go, and we stuff that stuff down, that energy you're trying to push, any of us, and a lot of us have learned this, but we're all in different stages. It's not a competition. It's it's just a journey. It's part of the journey. But if you push that stuff down, it's just the same as the Coke bottle with the Mentos. You're either going to blow up or you're going to get depressed. You're going to do one or the other. That's how the emotions usually happen. Now, if you do that too long, I held in a lot of stuff because I felt like my voice wasn't heard, that my voice didn't matter, that my opinion didn't matter. I didn't even feel like I was seen as a kid. Because, everything's created when we are kids, because we learn between birth age 7. That's when we learn our belief systems, our patterns, all that. And that's good. That's good. It's always best to release. And they're not wanting to give me any cards from this deck. So let me try the Soul's Journey. Yeah, let that shit out. Let it out. If you gotta cry, cry. There's nothing wrong with crying. I do not care if you are a man, woman, whatever. It does not matter to me. We all have masculine and feminine. It is okay to cry. It is a release of energy. Same with yelling. Same with singing. Why do you think a lot of people become artists, singing and stuff like that? Because they're able to pour their emotion into their songs. And when they sing, they release energy. Yeah. A lot of us that are the black sheep, or are called the black sheep, the ones that they think are the troublemakers. And there's usually one in every family. And we're the ones. Hey, Ultra Ego. Good to see you again. I have one in front of you. And I'm taking care of Cody's right now, if I can get them to give me another card for Cody. But just be patient, and I'll be with you here after a little while. We're just flowing tonight again. Okay, Cody, on the bottom you've got the Judgment card. I understand that everyone has their own unique paths and challenges. This one's purple, so to me this represents, crown chakra, but this also is the air sign card for me, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Because I get, Judgment, to me, I get the balance energy. Because when we make a judgment call, we're balancing out the energy. We're releasing something so something new can come in, right? We're calling judgment. We're saying, you know what? I'm in, like you got this card here, you're selfish enough to want to feel good. So you're calling judgment on that. You're saying, yes, this is what I want. And I feel like with this, their guidance is telling you that you're stepping into your power and you're going to speak what you're feeling. Whatever this door is that you've held, whatever it is that you need to say, because like I said, this is being grounded, but also allowing your emotions to flow. But whatever this is that you've been holding in that you need to speak out about, or if you just need to say it like it is, I mean, especially in regards to the family. Mm-hmm. There's a way to do it, a proper way, a way to where you're not going to create more karma. But sometimes I will tell you, sometimes it doesn't work out that way, because sometimes, more times than not, in those types of situations, they don't want to hear what you have to say. But that's okay. I've been there too. And in that's the moment where you say, okay, I'm clapping the dust off my sandals and I'm walking away. I'm not going to exert my energy. That's when boundaries are good. You have to have boundaries for your highest good. Some boundaries, yes, you need to have boundaries, but you also have to have discernment on how to utilize those boundaries, who to put them, with, how to face it, but also how to address it. And if you feel like it's not going to do any good for you to say what you need to say, if you feel like you're not going to be heard, then you're just going to call judgment on it and say, you know what, I just have to let go. I just have to walk away. And I feel like that's what you're being asked to look at, to release, whatever this is. If you need to speak your piece, speak it. Um, and if you are able to, and you get the response, well, you're being selfish, or you're not making any sense, or whatever. I mean, I've heard it all, and you may hear it too. But just understand that you're doing what's for your highest good. What are the things that you need to stand for? Oh, ultra ego, that's cool. Yeah. Well, and we get in that state during this journey because you start understanding that we're here to serve others, yes, but we're not here to be taken advantage of. We're not here to be drained and used and mistreated. We are not here for that. But in those moments when that kind of stuff happens, it's because we have those belief systems within us, and then we think, oh my gosh, because we have all these things imposed on us as a child, and these belief systems that we've created. And then as we get older, then we tend to allow people to just trample all over us, because we think that that's how we're supposed to be in relationships, because that's what we witnessed growing up, or we become that whole situation. Yeah. Yeah. We become the doormat. And until we, have done the healing, we've stepped into that being selfish because we want to feel good. We want to do things for our highest good. you get to that space to where you place boundaries and you call judgment on the situation. So whatever this is, and I feel like it's something that either needs to be said, something that you're wanting to say. Um, I really feel like nature is going to help you during this time between these eclipses. Make sure you ground. Don't be afraid to allow the emotion to flow. It's gonna help that with this feeling good. Allow yourself to cry because that is what your body and your soul wants. If that's what you need is to cry, do it. If you need to yell, do it. If you have to get 5 pillows, Cody, grab 5 pillows and just do whatever it is you have to do. But you have to release the energy in some way. I also did it on journals too when I couldn't scream, but I had some things that would come to my understanding, downloads, aha moments. I would take my journal and I would just write everything down. And I would be so mad when I was writing it. I would try to read it afterwards. There was no reading it. But it was something I had to get out of my system. I had to release the energy. And if you write it down, especially in pen, that's permanent. So you let it all go. And usually when I do stuff like that, I use it for a moon and I burn it. I do a burn ceremony and I let it go. It is so freeing to do a burn ceremony. That may assist you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the thing you can look at too, Cody, was that a pattern? Is that one of your own patterns that you noticed in relationships you've had? Or, I don't know how many you've had thus far, but if you've had any relationships, have you noticed that similar pattern that you witnessed growing up in your own relationships? That's one thing to look at. Um, Journaling helps. Get you a journal and write down your any relationships you've had thus far, and it doesn't have to be love relationships. It can be friendships. It can be co-workers, stuff like that. But is there a connection between what you saw growing up with big fights and usually when somebody messes around is because I had this similar pattern to where I would push the person away before they had a chance to leave me. It's an abandonment wound. Um, so that might be something you might be purging right now, especially since you brought it up. That I feel like that may be something that you're wanting to call judgment on because it's not serving your highest good. You want to feel good. You want to allow this healing. And at the bottom of the deck, this soul's journey is loneliness, but it says, I know that I am never alone. Okay. And every time I get this card, this is my Wheel of Fortune card. So to me, a completion of a cycle, of the thinking that you're alone, but now you're having a better understanding the higher understanding that you're never alone. Just finding people like me and other readers and me finding, you guys being led to my channel, it helps all of us. We are a collective energy, but it helps us to know that we're not alone. And we're never alone anyways. You have your guides and ancestors and all that with you. So, yes, silly Billy, I have a couple others ahead of you, so if you don't mind being patient and just flowing with us and hanging with us, I'm currently reading for Cody. So just relax, get you a drink, and flow with us But like I was saying, Cody, with this loneliness, you're not alone through relationships. Talk with that. Yes, yes, and a lot of us who've been on this journey for a little while, patience was a big one. Patience was one when we had to figure out how to alter ego. Yeah, like I said, I've got so much Sag in my chart. That was the one that was my big test right there is learning patience. Um, but yeah, Cody, I feel like, and you expanding your consciousness, stepping out there and exploring other readers and stuff like that, finding ones that you resonate with, ones that are feeding your soul. Okay. Be mindful of what you are watching, movies, what you're listening to. Um, if you're listening to depressing or anything like that, music, that's not going to serve you. Listen to stuff that makes you feel good. Do things that make you feel good. um, do the things you're passionate about, because yesterday I was talking about passion, energy, and we are definitely, this is new beginnings. We're releasing this so we can start our new foundations. And with that new moon, when you start putting in your intentions for what you want to create and manifest whenever the full moon comes in. So now it's time to set good intentions. What do you truly want? Be selfish, you know, feel good, dance around the house, do whatever, dance in your room, um, smile more, hold doors for people, um, play with animals, go places that make you feel good. And I really feel like that's going to assist you during this time with what we've been talking about with this judgment that you want to call about the situation, you know, with your family. That's what I have for you, Cody. I hope it did help you with a little bit of clarity there. Do you like to dance good? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, seriously, if you like to dance, I love to dance. I'll dance around the house. I'll be in the kitchen singing when I'm cooking, cleaning, whatever, don't matter. I love music. I'm a 70s kid. I was raised, we had music and outside. That's what we had. We didn't have cell phones, computers, none of that. So, dance. Play that music that makes you feel good. I do appreciate you coming back in here, Cody. Okay, let me see. I need to write down. There was one before Ultra Ego that came in. Let me see. I think, unless I imagined it, I don't think I did that. Oh, Firespawn. Thank you, Firespawn, for liking the video. Okay, so Firespawn, then Ultra Ego. Let me write this down. I can get my pencil to work. My pen went out last night. Ultra Ego, and then Silly Billy. Okay, so Fire Spawn, are you still in here? Let's scroll down here. Okay, cool. Yes, I'm doing general energy readings for everyone tonight. So we'll go ahead and shuffle for you this oracle. This is the Abraham Hicks Oracle deck. If you've not heard of Abraham Hicks, I was talking about this earlier. Her name is Esther Hicks, but she channels Abraham. Make sure you check her out. All right, awesome. Let's do an overall general energy reading for you right now, and basically just, what your higher self guides, ancestors are wanting you to be aware of right now. Releasing, we're in purge energy, Scorpio energy, transformation energy right now. So if there's anything that you're currently in the middle of that you're needing to let go of, they're going to give us a little bit of guidance with these cards regarding that. That's awesome, Cody. That's awesome. Just jam out to what you love, whatever you love. Music to me, music is all about life, and I have to listen to music every day. Yeah, yep. Transformation, baby. Keep seeing that moon card. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on between this eclipse that we just had, like 2-3 days ago, and with the new moon. Now we're going over to the full moon, which I believe is the eclipse is the 28th. I think I still haven't looked that up. Yes, I'm a Scorpio sun, and I'm Scorpio Mercury, Sun and Mercury. Your descendants in Scorpio. Awesome. Okay, so I'll pull a card from the bottom, and then, which is, to me, the bottom of the deck is your subconscious, and the top is the one that I will also read from your ancestors and guides. So the one from the bottom is desire is the beginning of all creation. In allowing your desire to come to you, you not only gain the satisfaction of having received it, you also gain a new perspective from which to desire more. So the live, it was either last night or night before, I was talking about this energy we're in right now is very passionate, very because new beginnings. One is Aries energy, new foundations, new creations. That's fire. It's passion. To me, fire just screams passion. But in this card, the first thing that stood out to me was this couple surrounded. And I guess it's supposed to be flower petals. I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of like crystals. You may be into symbology. But I feel like with this card, since this is subconscious, is there something that you're really wanting to work on? And whether it's with a person or whether it's a project, there's something that you are creating right now. Whether you're an artist, a musician, anything, anything that involves creativity. But they're letting you know, it's the beginning and it's baby steps. So be patient with yourself, number one. Mm-hmm. Very well could be. Very well could be. But that was the main thing that I saw when I first saw this card, was the two together. And with the desire word, the first thing I heard was the desire of a relationship, which I know a lot of us are feeling that energy too. Yes, we're okay with being with ourselves, but it would be nice to have someone, to join you on the journey, but also to be, you know, to be able to have the conversations with you and understand you and not look at you like you're talking Greek or some foreign language or alien or whatever. So, the desire to have someone accompany you. And that's one of the first things that I kind of thought with this card and felt with this card. Um, but and this one also talks about allowing. And right now we are in purge energy, surrender energy, death transformation. So letting go of old so new can come in. The top of the deck is the card from your guides, ancestors, higher self. I choose my unique path to joy. And see, look, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little boat right there, and there's two people in that boat. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see it. I choose my unique path to joy. No one can create in your experience, for no one can control where you direct your thought. On the path to your happiness, you will discover all you want to be, do, or have. That is so beautiful. I love these cards. So, understanding that you are the creator of your reality, you manifest, we all manifest what we are within. As within, so without. So, if you have anything within you that you haven't healed, which I'm not getting that right off from either of these cards at the moment, but we all have stuff we're working on constantly. We're always healing. Always, always, always. There's always something that we need to work on. No one is perfect, honestly, because we have free will. So when free will kicked in, perfect went out the window. So it's all a matter of perspective as well. But I did get a lot of creative energy from this, and not just for a relationship, but I did get that there's something that you're working on or wanting to work on. It can be even like writing a book, being an artist, a musician, anything that brings you happiness is what I feel like you're in the middle of, or starting, or maybe just recently got the epiphany. And if you haven't gotten an epiphany about something that or you're looking for the answer of what a lot of people want to know what their path and purpose is. And I wanted to know that myself. I just did lots of research. Look into, if you haven't, look up how to calculate your life path number. That will help you. Also look at your birth chart, see what your Chiron is, which is your wounded healer. It'll show you the wound you're working on in this lifetime. Artistic. Awesome. I'm an artist too. I love to draw and paint. So, and I used to play music when I was all in middle school and high school. But I love music too. I love anything creative projects. But I really am feeling too with this, that there is a strong desire for someone to accompany you on this journey. Actually, I'm just going to stick with the soul's journey. I tried using the numerology oracle earlier for a clarifier, but I didn't want to give any cards. Yeah, your Chiron will show up on your birth chart. If you've done your birth chart, you can look up and do your birth chart. Or I also have a thing on mine where I can do a birth chart reading for someone. But your Chiron will tell you what the wound is that you're working on this lifetime. Your life path number will show you the direction or path that it gives you like understandings of different types of positions that you would work in. It actually it'll blow your mind. I'm a life path 7. It blew my mind. I honestly did not have no clue that this was going to be part of my journey ever. So just the past 4.5 years really started with astrology for me. Then went to religions. I studied different ones, then astrology, then tarot, And then just all different aspects related to that, birth charts, just on and on and on. And then your other one that you need to pay attention to that will be as equally as important as your life path number is your north node. That is where you're heading. Awesome. So, do you have premonitions, Cody? All right, fire spawn. Let's see if we can clarify this one for you. Clarity. Please clarify for fire spawn. Anything you need to be aware of during this Scorpio energy? Blame. Blame came out. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Balance. Balance is, the energy that we just came out of. We're still a little bit in the balance energy of Libra, because Libra is right before Scorpio. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. And blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. I feel like with this blame card, I feel like this may have been one of your blocks, fire spawn. I feel like this may have been one of your blockages. Um, like I said, everything goes back to childhood. So, hmm I know it's crazy how that works, right? It still blows my mind. With this blame card, I feel like probably this, like I said, this may have been a block to you, a blockage, an old belief system, in the sense that you may have grown up around a lot of. Oh, I gotta stretch my leg for a minute. Grown up in a family to where blame was either placed on you a lot, or like you were the scapegoat. That's the word I just heard, scapegoat. Um, and I feel like you had a tendency to blame yourself or take on the blame for everything, possibly. Like you witnessed it growing up, whether it was your mother blaming your father, father blaming your mother, or whoever raised you, aunt, uncle. It doesn't really matter who it was that showed you these patterns. Um, but anything we witness or hear or see or feel between birth and age 7, we attach that emotion to it's like a protection mechanism, coping mechanism, something to help us get through, to protect us, you know, to protect us. But then when we witness that, when we're the scapegoat and we're always being blamed for everything, then we either become the person that blames other people, or we become the person that always blames ourselves, or sometimes we are both. And I was both. Yeah. Cody, yep, I know. I'm a jack of all trades too. I have so much Sagittarius. I've probably worked every possible job out there. The majority. I'm licensed in like 3 different things, but yeah. Um, this, a lot of People go through pain, and it's normally ourselves that feel locked up inside. Yeah. But we do it because our little kid inside tells us that that's what keeps us safe. And, because even though there may have been chaos going on when we were growing up, we didn't know it was chaos. We just thought that was normal because that's all we witnessed. So, to us, that was like, okay, dad yells at mom does this, da 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 da, whatever the situation is, and the term I use a lot is, and the reason I know this is because I always speak from my own experience. And anytime I do reads, I've experienced this myself. I have been the person that blamed other people, and I have been the person that has blamed myself and beat myself up over it. And it's very possible that this was a blockage for you, fire spawn. So this, I feel like, is what you are being asked to release in this scorpionic energy. This may be your current energy right now. You may have some emotions going on. Like I did see, some blue in here, and then also with this this river. You may be dealing with some roller coaster emotions right now. A lot of people are. There's nothing wrong with that. Please release emotion. Do not hold on to it. Let it go. But I feel like this is what either your higher self or your guides, ancestors are wanting you to know, that number one, stop blaming yourself. Okay? Everything we do, every person we come in contact with, even the people that were born that raise us, are here and have been here to teach us lessons about who we are within ourselves. People are mirrors to us. We are mirrors to them. We show them their wounds, they show them ours. And it can get pretty intense sometimes. I think most people would rather blame others than themselves. Yes, it's true. But when and I'll tell you, personally, I was stuck in that for a long time. That was one of my patterns that I grew up with. And never understood that I was the creator of my reality until the one day that I had the epiphany moment, the aha, that who was the common denominator in every single situation? That would be me. Hello. And that's when you get hit with a ton of bricks in your heart and you're like, holy shit, I created this. Yeah. People blame you for things that are not your fault. That's right. That's called projection, fire spawn. People will project, especially if you've been on your healing path and you've been working on yourself. And if you're here watching tarot, something triggered your journey, and now you're looking for answers, and you've been doing your healing work, your shadow work. This is what this kind of stuff, these beliefs and stuff like that, that's shadow work. And the majority of us have been doing that. But yeah, after you get to a healed space, you've healed a lot of these patterns and stuff. And then most of us have, now we're to a space where we're getting ready to start all over again. It's like a complete rebirth, new energy, new foundations, but with ourselves being purified. And that's why I feel like right now is purge. So stop blaming yourself, fire spawn, for whatever it may be. And if other people are blaming you, then you already know how to handle that. Those are the people that you need to establish a boundary with. And if they continually push your boundary, then those are the people that you have to walk away from. And I will tell you, it can be your blood relatives. I mean, you know, they are our best teachers, but when you've learned the lesson and you understand, sometimes you do have to walk away, especially if it doesn't change. And you know that they're still in a cyclical pattern and they're still treating you the same way, and there's no respect and no reciprocity, no equal give and take, and you do have to cut the ties and take some time. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. We are the creator of our reality. We create what goes on in our lives up here. Whatever you focus on. But the key is if you attach emotion to a thought, it becomes more powerful, um, because emotion is strong, especially if it's love. If it's an emotion of love, it's an even stronger manifestation. Chiron and North Node is in Libra. Okay. So what I would say, Fire Spawn, and this is what I did myself when I was still learning about birth charts and stuff. Um, for you to understand your Chiron and your North Node, type in Chiron and North Node in Libra, spiritual meaning, or however you want to word it, in Google search, and it'll give you a bunch of different ones. Go whichever one you're drawn to click, and that will give you what you need to know. Like, it'll help you with a lot of questions I'm sure you're having. You know, a lot of us were in uh, a holding pattern because we were being held because we had to. That was a part of self-reflection that we had to go through, because this whole year is all about the ascension, but it's been speeding up, you know, as far as understanding and being able to step in your power, releasing old things, being more present in the moment. All of those things have been leading up to this moment, because we're going to be starting new, completely fresh, you know, washed, washed, all that junk washed away. So I hope that helped you, Fire Spawn. I hope it gave you some clarity. Um, but life path number 8, yep, look that up as well. Type it in, and you'll get a list. There is so much, so much information out there. More that you encourage to others. One of the biggest keys in life is to stay positive in life, because the more positive that we are. That's true. Yeah, Fire Spawn, definitely. I mean, if you're delving into this, and I really feel like you've been on your journey for just a little bit, I don't know how long. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is that you are happy with who you are, and you know that you're. The majority of the people, especially the ones that I put out there that come to me, are ones that are seeking an answer for their highest good. And if you're here, then I know you've been on your journey for a while. So you're probably a lot like me. I love to research, and the more I understand, the less I have of that confusion energy. You know, that, well, shit, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go next. You know, just like, I don't like confusion. I have so much Sag in my chart. I would rather someone be straightforward to the point, and I have told people this my whole life. If you don't like me, tell me, to just straight up tell me. Be honest with me. All I ever wanted was people to be upfront and honest with me. Yeah. So, yeah, research that stuff. They are all very important. Your Chiron will tell you, like I said, and all of you guys can do this. Look up on your birth chart. You'll find out what your Chiron is. It's the little symbol. It's headphones, and it'll tell you what sign it's in, what house it's in. Yeah, make sure you pay attention to the houses as well, fire spawn. But all of you guys, pay attention to the house. Type in North Node, Libra, whatever house. Chiron, Libra, whatever house. And it will give you a more clear information about yourself, and it will blow your mind. It really will, because your birth chart is all about you. Yeah, yeah, sure can, because I think you were up next. Yes, Ultra, you were up next. Um, yes, yes. Houses are very important because that tells you how it will affect you and where. Like, is it going to be your home life, or is it going to be finances, or is it going to be your career? Each house represents something. So definitely, every one of you guys, if you haven't already done so, make sure you get your birth chart done. There are plenty of free ways to do it. And just start researching, find out what your Chiron is, find out what your life path number is, and find out what your North Node is, because your North Node is where you're headed. But real quick, Ultra Ego, if you don't mind, I'm going to take a quick break. I got to go to the restroom real quick and get me something to drink, stretch my legs a little bit, and then I'll get to you if you guys don't mind me taking a quick break. I've an hour and 11 minutes and 37 seconds. 37 is 11, 11, 11, 11. So, okay. I'll be right back, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Be patient. Get you a drink. Go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. right, y'all, I'm back. So, Ultra Ego, you are next. You'd like clarity on your love situation. I'm back. Welcome back. I think it's called Mr. Carter. That's an old show. I think that was a 70s show. It was in the 70s. Not the 70s show, but in the 70s. Yesterday, scared reaching out to your crush. You want to, but your mind tells you not to. Okay. So you're up in your head. That's what it was. Yep. Yeah, I grew up with that show. I don't know how old I was, but I'm pretty sure it was a 70s TV sitcom. 70s or 80s? I'm thinking 70s, though. I was watching it the other day. There's some old shows on TV that's pretty cool. I was watching Taxi last month. I was definitely in nostalgia. But yeah, Ultra Ego. With the where you said your mind tells you not to. I feel like that fear, that because you said you're scared reaching out, that fear is a defense mechanism. Maybe fear of rejection. Yeah, I'm really feeling fear of rejection. I also dealt with that as well, fear of rejection. Because growing up, I felt like I didn't have a voice, that I wasn't heard. So I was afraid to speak my truth. Hello, Silly Billy. Welcome back. I'm reading for Ultra Ego right now. You will be next. So just flow with us. Well, Cody, look at that. Fear. Do you know what fear is? False evidence appearing real. It's something we've created in our mind, or something that we saw growing up, or something that was used on us, But it was to teach us that fear. What does that? There's nothing to fear but fear of self. The way I see it is, it's just a word. But when we attach emotion to fear, then it makes it real, and then our inner child tells us that we don't want to feel rejected. We don't want to feel like our voice isn't heard. So, Ultra Ego, with, like I said earlier, about when we attach an emotion to something, it makes it stronger. It makes it harder to get out of that pattern of belief, the old belief system that you're not worthy, or that you're going to be rejected or abandoned. These are all things I've had to learn. I on my channel, I will not. I talk about my own experiences, because everything that I have learned, I'm here to serve the collective and help the collective through the things that I've been through. And this enables me to be more relatable to everyone that I read for, because I have been there, done that, and got 5,000 t-shirts. And like I said, I'm a 70s kid. So, I've been here a while. I've had plenty of time to learn, and I've repeated a whole bunch of cycles over and over again because I'm very stubborn. Lots of fixed energy in my chart, except for the fire. And that's what I had to balance. So, like I said, ultra ego, with that, you might look at this situation, this relationship thing, being afraid to reach out. See if it is, if you can pinpoint the root cause, like, was this something you witnessed growing up? Did you ever feel like your voice wasn't heard? Did you ever feel like, uh, it could have been neglected in some way to where you felt like uh, it just didn't matter. You didn't matter. But ultimately, if it's something that you feel within yourself, within your soul, don't let fear stop you. Because, like I said, it's just a word, false evidence appearing real. So that's just a little channel that came through regarding what you had typed. Because I pay attention to what people put, what they say. And that tells a lot about a person when you're able to pay attention and you're able to understand from a different perspective. Yeah, definitely, Cody. Um, yeah. Yeah, I'll get into that conversation here in a little bit. That ultra ego, like I said, if you need to, or if you currently do journal, um, see if you can find out the core, because we can't. It's hard for us to change a belief system if we don't know where it came from. If we can pinpoint and put the puzzle piece together, like, oh, okay, I got it. If we can put that puzzle piece together, then we'll know. Oh, that's where that came from. I saw this growing up. This happened. So and so treated my mom or my dad or my aunt or uncle, whoever raised you, like this. And so I saw that, and or that people that raised me treated me in this manner, and I felt like, that I didn't have a voice or that I was going to be rejected. The card that came out, it says, I am life everlasting. I am an eternal being. We're a spiritual being having a human experience. You cannot die. You are everlasting life. In grace, you may choose to relax and allow your gentle transition back into your non-physical state of pure positive energy. Your natural state is foreverness. This just, to me, this is your guides are. I don't know if you do a meditation, if you do any meditation, or hello, divinely protected. I'll be with you. I've got one before you. Actually, I'm doing ultra egos right now. Then there's one more, and then it would be you. Yes, I'm still doing readings. So if you don't mind, just pull up a chair, get a drink, and flow with us. But with this card, I feel like this has something to do with a practice. Either you're already doing meditation, or you're doing some form of meditation, whether it's just, I don't know, it could be that you garden or you farm or you just like being out in nature. Because I'm getting a lot of nature energy from this. Um, that may be that when you do meditate, because like I said, we can meditate anywhere. You can meditate while you're driving. You can meditate walking in a grocery store. It just depends on how you balance your energy. And on the top of the deck, the universe knows me and the universe adores me. You know, it, that spark is within all of us. We co-create with spirit to create our reality. So that's what I get from this card, knowing that you are loved. If you will allow it, you will feel the love that flows to you and through you. Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to cry. I promise I'm not going to cry. You are always seen, always understood, and always loved. And I just had a whole conversation about this. And this was on the top. And the other thing I'm seeing too is this moon here. And like I said, we're going to be having that moon on the 28th. But even though your question is about, being able to express how you feel, but being afraid to, because I feel like it is a belief system that is causing a block. I didn't say it was true. It's whether or not you believe it's true. If you still have that belief system and you believe that it is to be true, and that you know, if you still have a little bit of that, and that's what's being asked, you're being asked to release during this time of purge. And that's just a beautiful how that back of that card just, it's confirmation. Um, but I feel like if you can allow, like it says, you will feel the love that flows to you and through you. Because we all know, well, some of us do anyways, but the majority of the collective that resonates with me, we understand that in order to love another, you have to have that love within yourself, because we are a mirror. We project. So if we have a lot of wounds, we will project that outwards. And if you don't have that love for yourself, then there is no way that you can unconditionally love another person if you don't unconditionally love yourself. So I feel like that's the main factor, is what we were talking about. Um, Being in your head, and the attachment to whatever that belief system was that you had possibly growing up. And it doesn't even have to be a parent figure, or, I mean, it can be a teacher that said something. It can be anybody in your life. It can be an aunt, an uncle, somebody that you were friends with as a young child. It can be anyone. That can leave an impact on us as a kid. And then once we attach that emotion to it, it becomes a created belief system, avatar. We create a whole new persona, because we want to walk on eggshells, and we don't want to, but we feel like we have to, because we've lost who we are initially in the beginning. when this, after age 7, our belief systems and all of that is what we continuously live like Groundhog Day until we have the one thing that the one teacher that comes into your life and blows up your entire world and sets you on your path to who you are. And I feel like, Ultra Ego, you've been on your journey. And I feel like during this time, that is the thing that you're being asked to look at concerning this, this relationship. They want you to look at your relationship with self. Is that belief system, is there a belief system in there still that you may be rejected or abandoned? Definitely throat chakra. There's something that you definitely need to talk about for sure. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but there was a little bit of irritation with throat chakra. So definitely look into that, journal about it maybe, and see. I feel like between now and the full moon, because that full moon is in that card, which was reiterating, that you are loved. I'm going to read it again because this is beautiful. If you will allow it, you will feel the love that flows to you and through you. You are always seen, always understood, and always loved. If anything, maybe if you have to slow the video down or whatever, write that down. I mean, I don't know if you guys would be able to, because I've got so much glare. I don't know if you could screenshot maybe. If I can hold it still. Hold on. Let's see if I can hold it still, and that way if you guys want to screenshot this, because this is just beautiful. But yeah, between now and the full moon, this is something that's going to be addressed. I feel like you're going to have a big epiphany moment, Ultra Ego, about this, and everything is going to get situated to where you're going to be able to release this. And like I said, if you have that love for yourself, then if this person is meant to be in your life and is a match for your energy, it won't pass you by. So just be gentle on yourself right now. Take the time that you need. And I hope that helped, Ultra Ego. I hope that resonated with you in some way, shape, or form. Let me get a quick drink. If all of you would like the video, share, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. It helps get my channel in the whatever that's called, to where it starts recognizing whenever people do searches. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, next on the list is Silly Billy. Cody. Yeah, that's great, Cody. Keep going. Keep working. You're doing great. Okay, that's fine. Since I have interests. So you want to know my birthday is 7th November. Okay. I mean, I'll just say, if so, love interest, is she someone that you're dating, just starting to date? I'm kind of curious. I mean, if it's someone that you've been with for a little while, I don't know, maybe it's a new person. That's why you're questioning whether they would like your artwork for the family. Oh, you're friends, but you like her. Okay. So you're wanting to know if she'll be happy with the gift that you give her. I mean, the thing I'm getting is, if it's my experience that anytime we have because we're mirrors, right? We mirror people, we mirror their energy, they mirror ours. And when we're drawn to someone, it's because they have something within them that is similar to us in some way, shape, or form. It's energy. So if you like her, then she likes you. Um, but there's something similar. So, in my experience, a lot of people that I have met throughout my journey, the attraction wasn't always just the physical attraction, even though I thought it was just the physical attraction. But later on, I understood and discovered that it is the wounds, the belief systems, and we don't see it that way, but we're drawn to people because they teach us about who we are, or who we are in the moment, as far as if you have anything within you that you haven't worked on or haven't healed, you will draw that person in like a magnet, because every person that we come into contact with is either for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and they're all here to teach us something about ourselves. Um, Either you're the student and they're the teacher, or they're the teacher, you're the student. In my experience, that's usually how it works. So we're both teacher student, they're teacher student. Um, but there's something there between the two of you, and I don't know if it's going to be a lesson thing, or um, but we'll find out. We'll see what the guides have to say. The card on the bottom. Excuse me. No one else needs to know this. Okay. It is not necessary for even one other person to understand these laws of the universe, for you are the attractor of your experience. Just you. So, like we were talking about earlier, I was talking about earlier about we are the creator of our universe, our experience in this life. So what we are within is projected outside of us. Um, so it doesn't matter if another person understands any of this stuff. You are the one that attracts the experience to you. So I don't know if maybe you're feeling a little possibly worried, maybe that you're going to be judged by your art. The card that was on top was the one that I had, that it was also on there for ultra ego. I am life everlasting. I am an eternal being. And this card, is about, to me, it represents, being in the present moment, meditating, yoga, anything that puts you in the moment. So I feel like if you are, silly Billy, if you are more concerned with in here, and if you're the creator of your reality, um, if you know within yourself and you have that love within yourself, you know that no matter if someone likes what you create, you're still going to be fine with it either way. It's all about acceptance, and not everybody's going to like um, some of the things that we're passionate about. Not everybody's going to see things from the perspective that we do. Um, like it says with this card, it's not necessary for even one other person to understand the laws of the universe. For you are the attractor of your experience, just you. You are the creator of your reality, your universe. I even put that on some shirts for me and my kids that I made. Um, you are the creator of your own universe. Well, and the thing is, I feel like I said, if there is this connection, which obviously there is, if you feel this attraction, then there's something. And like I said, I don't know if it's a lesson for you. I mean, we learn from every experience. Um, but to know whether or not she's going to be sincere, I don't really know, because that is free will. Um, and in the moment, I could say yes, but if she decides to make a different decision at any given moment, then that changes that reality. I mean, it can happen in a split second. Um, but if she's drawn to you and you're drawn to her, I feel like she is going to appreciate it. I mean, if she has a compassion for you the way you have for her, then I feel like she will appreciate it. Um, you just have to know that within yourself. If you have that confidence within yourself and knowing that you're an amazing creator, your art, you have an appreciation for your own art. If you have that within yourself, you have appreciation for your own art, other people will appreciate your art. It's a mirror. So they will either mirror the opposite or they will mirror the same thing, but it really just depends on where you are on your journey. But I feel like she will appreciate it because there is an attraction there between the two of you. And I feel like what they really want you to focus on is focus on you being the creator of your experience. Um, don't worry. Don't worry about what other people are going to think, because I'm getting that from this card. Especially where she kind of has this leaf over her face. It reminds me of like a veil. Kind of like a mask, like being afraid to show oneself. So I feel like you're being asked, as well. Don't be afraid to show your true, authentic self to her, because I feel like the more authentic you are within self, you will project that energy to her, and then she in turn will be open with you. It's a reciprocity, equal give and take. Yeah. So I hope that helped clarify in some way the question that you had. Like I said, she has free will, just like you do, just like I do. I mean, that's part of being human. We have the free will to choose how we're going to react, and we can flip on a dime. We can change our mind in like a second, and be like, 1 second we're fine, next second we're not. Um, yep, free will. So, if she gets up in her head or anything, and then she might, but like I said, we project energy too. If you're projecting any type of standoffish energy, or energy to where you may be fearful to show your true self to her in any way, she will then do the same to you. She'll have a mask on, and I think the main focus here is just to be as authentic as you can be. And that's really going to help this blossom between you and her. So be open and honest. Remove the blindfold, remove the mask. Because this is purge time. This is when we're letting go of what we have, that we need to step into the new energy. So don't be afraid to release that stuff. It's because we know we've got to let things go that do not serve our highest good. So focus on you at this time, and you are the creator. So know that have that confidence and knowing and love within yourself to know that your art is amazing. And if you have that energy and you have that, you push that outwards, then um, that will be mirrored back to you. Yep. Yes, it is definitely important, because it's all about self-love. Because once you're able to love yourself unconditionally, then you're able to project that energy outwards and draw in the person that is going to show you that exact same thing. And I feel like a lot of us collectively are heading that way. And if it doesn't happen this year, then maybe it's next year. I've noticed a lot of the readers that I resonate. I will watch their video from a year ago, or it'll pop up on my feed, and it'll resonate. But it just depends on the readers that you go to. Some of them will resonate that same day. But most readings are timeless. It depends on where you are on the timeline of your journey as to whether or not it will resonate now, or whether it will resonate later. And it can be 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. I mean, it's really some of us can do timing with numbers and stuff like that, but timing can be changed just because we have free will. Like I said, something can change in a second. So, Silly Billy, that is your reading. I hope that did give you some clarity on that. Did we have anyone else, or was Silly Billy the last one on there? I believe, I don't know, was there another person in here? Yeah, it was from last night. Divinely protected. Yeah, divinely protected. Are you still in here, sweetheart? Okay, awesome, awesome. Hey, Callie and James. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm getting ready to do a read for Divinely Protected, and then you would be up next if you want a free general overall energy reading. All right, Divinely Protected. Let me get a drink of water. All right. Gotta stay hydrated, guys. Make sure you're drinking your water. Your water. All right, Divinely Protected. Let's see. Let's see what your guides, ancestors, higher self is wanting you to pay attention to at this time while we're in between these eclipses. Messages Divinely Protected. Alrighty. You had me cut that one very oddly. All right, at the bottom of the deck, you have I bless and appreciate every religion. That is a beautiful card. Bless you, son. There is something for everyone in this magnificent environment of wide diversity where we as a people can continue to take thought beyond that which it has been before. I'm going to have to read that again. I'm noticing four. Fours to me represents stability. There is something for everyone in this magnificent environment of wide diversity where we, as a people, can continue to take thought beyond that which it has been before. So, seeing things from a different perspective. Knowing that we're all connected. You know, and we all are aware of this, creed, color, um, ancestry, backgrounds, any of that stuff does not matter. We're all energy, right? We're all energy. Yes, Callium, I will get to you after Divinely Protected. I'm doing her reading right now. So you will be up next. If you'll just be patient, I'll be right with you. But yeah, I'll show you this. It's very pretty. I love the artwork on this card. But it shows four up top, and fours to me represents stability. So to me, the first thing I got from this card was that I feel like you were raised in a background. I don't know which. Everybody. It's been my experience that a lot of us have been raised around some form of religion growing up. Some of us not know, but some of us found it. But that ultimately led us to where we are now. Even though we don't, I personally don't resonate with Christian. I was raised Christian. But now if anybody asks, I'm spiritual. A spiritual being having a human experience. I don't resonate with the title and label of any other thing. Now, I have no problem with anyone who has that is into any of those religions because that is their free will and that's their free choice. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. But I feel like this with the four, meaning that you had and probably still do have a firm foundation based in religion in some way, shape, or form growing up. Spiritual study class yesterday that talked about the truth behind different religions. Yeah, that's awesome. That card did come out. So your guides are basically, mhm. Your guides. I just get higher perspective from that. A foundation that you've been in probably the majority of your life. And now that you have started your journey, and I don't know how long you've been on your journey, but I'm assuming you've been on for a little while, like I have. But you have that higher perspective and understanding and appreciate every religion for what it is, because I appreciate that I was raised Christian, even though I didn't understand it as a child and growing up and for quite a few years, until I did start doing my shadow work and did start learning about myself and my inner wounding. And now that I've done those things, I bless and appreciate every religion, because I know that that leads people to the higher understanding, a higher consciousness, if they are willing, if they are willing to go in the depths of Davy Jones. No, the depths of Davy Jones' locker. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what it is. You're going within yourself. And if you're willing to do that and ready to go through your shadow work and find yourself again. And I feel like you have done that. That's why you are in this state of blessing and appreciating every religion and seeing that from a higher perspective, because you now appreciate that, because it ultimately led you to where you are now. Now, the card that was on top, whatever I give attention to, wanted or unwanted, I am creating. I want to say that one more time, because this applies to all of us. This is Manifesting 101. And if you get a chance, please check out Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks. She's on YouTube. She's a channel. She channels Abraham. But she talks all about manifestation, how we manifest things into our life. So, whatever we give attention to, whatever we think about, whatever we focus on, whether we're acting on something or we're just thinking about it, wanted or unwanted. So something that we're just really wanting really bad, or something that we're like, no way, I don't ever want to do that again. Basically, we're just like, oh, okay, well, you want more of that. That the universe just says, okay. They don't hear want or don't want. The universe does not hear that. God does not hear that. Does not hear want or don't want. It's what's in here. It's what's really going on in here, and what's going on in here. You create it. You were born with a magnificent emotional guidance system that lets you know in every moment exactly what your vibrational content is, which is being matched by the law of attraction. As it is your desire to feel good and your practice to show good feeling thoughts, only good things will come to you. So the more you want to feel that love within yourself, and the more you give that love to yourself and you practice good feeling thoughts, because we always have times when we have these things pop up, these little things just pop into your mind. And when that happens, having discernment and the ability to say, okay, you know what? That was the old me. That was the old part of me that I don't resonate with anymore. So I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to look at this again. I'm going to see it from a higher perspective. I'm going to have a greater appreciation for whatever it is that comes up, whatever thought that pops up in there. Because, we want to manifest the things that we love, the things that we have this inner passion for, that is for our highest good. That's what we want to draw to us. We don't want to draw unwanted things, but like I said, they don't know any different. They don't know. There is no difference. They don't know. They don't know want or don't want. It's all about specifics. And if you another one that's good to watch is the channel is Dolores Cannon, but she also talks about being specific. You know how some people have vision boards and stuff. I never really got into the whole vision board thing. I tried it for a little bit, but I draw things. I will draw things that pop into my mind. But when it's those moments that we have, that we get that thing that pops into our mind that we know is not a good feeling thought, in those moments, that's what they're wanting you to pay attention to. What are you manifesting right now? What uh, do you possibly have that may be a constant thought that might not be serving your highest good? They're just wanting you to pay attention. Pay attention to your thoughts. Also pay attention to the story that you tell yourself and the story you tell others, and what you are feeding yourself. Being more mindful. I feel like be more mindful about content, what you're listening to, what you're watching, TV, radio. Make sure it's something that you love. Make sure it's something that I anymore. I just put Pandora on, and I just let it randomly play now. Most of the time, I'll pick 70s top hits or 80s top hits or 90s top hits or something like that because I love music. But I'll let it just random play because that's how our guides talk to us a lot. Our ancestors, uh, angels, archangels, all of those are energy. And the only way that they can really communicate with us is unless you're a clairaudient, you can hear certain things. But it's kind of hard to describe it as how you hear it. But they talk to us through numbers. They talk to us through songs. They talk to us through movies, TV shows, especially if you have a random something that pops up on your phone and you're like, pay attention to the time that it comes in, especially if it comes in, with a number synchronicity. Um, let's say it comes in at 2:44, then look at it, say, oh yeah, I should probably look at that, because twos are about a crossroads, a question you may have in your mind, or twos are about a decision, and fours are about foundation balance, because you have to have the four pillars for a firm foundation. So anytime you have a synchronicity like that, pay attention to it, listen to it. If you wake up with a song playing in your head, listen to it. There's probably a message for you. I mean, I shit you not, it has blown my mind at how much they will talk to you if you're open and you're open to receiving the information. And I feel like you are open, especially if you've already been seeing synchronicities, numbers, songs, you know. And, I kind of, with this too, like, and you did talk about doing some studies with religion. And there may be something that you're drawn to, some sort of religious practice. Meaning it can be a spiritual practice, Hello, Shyly. Hopefully I said that right. I'll be right with you, hun. I have, I'm doing Divinely Protected right now, and then I have Callum Jones, and then you. If you'll just be patient and just flow with us, I will get to you, hun. But yeah, Divinely Protected. With this card, I am getting maybe once you look up, as I was talking about earlier with everyone, please look up your life path. It will tell you, if you look it up, it'll tell you how to calculate it. Some of them you can actually find calculators that are free and will do it for you. I've learned how to do it myself with the Pythagorean alphabet. But with this card, I really am getting that. I feel like that you're drawn, if not to a specific religion, you're an 11. That explains a lot. You're drawn to a lot of religions, and I feel like you're probably more focused on one than a lot of the others, but I feel like you've done studies on different religions. But I feel like this is part of your path as well, especially with you being a life path 11. That's a 11 is a master number. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So yeah, so that relates to the whole thing that I just said about the religious. Yeah, yep, yep. So there's a confirmation there for you, um, and that's awesome. Divinity school, that is freaking amazing. I'm proud of you. Stick with it. I feel like you're going to be, if you are not already, a very good teacher. And I feel like that is part of your path and purpose, especially being a life path 11. And I will eventually do some reads on those as I start doing some more recorded readings. I'm not sure when that'll be. I know for this month of October, I'm going to try to do a lot, at least a live every night. I may get back to signs next after October, after we get done with these eclipses. You're welcome, Divinely Protected. Yeah, see, that's me too, Thank you, Divinely Protected. I'm glad it resonated with you. I hope you got the answers that you needed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come back and see me. I will be here again tomorrow. I probably won't post Sunday and Monday. I'll probably take those 2 days off and give myself some time and some rest. Peace and blessings to you too, sweetheart. Have a good evening. Good morning. Okay, next we have Callum, I believe, if Callum is still in here. Callum, and then we had Siley. I hope I said that right. Okay, Callum, you're here. Okay. All right, let me move over a little bit, stretch a little bit. All right. Is everybody comfy and cozy? That's your coffee or your favorite drink, blanket, water, weed, wine, whatever. Just as long as everybody's comfortable. All about comfort up in here. Relaxed, good vibes. All right, Callum. Overall energy. What does Callum need to know for his highest good? What does he need to possibly look at during this time? All right. Let's see what they have for you. That moon card keeps coming out. I think I've seen it on every single one. It's always usually in the cut. All right, bottom of the deck, you have first, I seek joy and all else follows. Let's set this over here. Since your feeling of joy is your indication of your connection with your source, once you have achieved joy, you have achieved connection with your source. And under these circumstances, all that is good follows. So what she's talking about is when we feel that feeling within yourself to where you just know that everything is going to be okay. Having that feeling within yourself lets you know that you're connected with your higher self. And you know that, after that, you know that good things follow. But the thing I'm noticing in this card is it says, first, I seek joy, and all else follows. So it's about being in a state before you manifest, before you create new things. You know that you have to be in this state of joy. And I don't know, you may like to ride horses, or you may have had a horse growing up, or lived on a ranch, or you may live on one now. Or maybe you do it for leisure, or the obvious one, which is you're joyful when you're able to go and ride horses. It's kind of weird that you got this one, because not weird as in a bad way, but like earlier today I was talking to my daughter about me and the kids going horseback riding, because I think it's very therapeutic. Animals are pure of heart and soul, and they all have a healing capacity for us as humans. But the other card that was on top of the deck, it is not my work to control others. Trying to limit anybody about anything defies the laws of the universe. It cannot be done. You cannot control others, but you can control and create your own reality. It is not my work to control others. So I feel like with this butterfly, because this is what's standing out to me the most, and it's kind of crazy because I've been seeing white butterflies a lot lately, especially at night. It may be possible that you too have been seeing white butterflies, or any kind of butterfly. But just know that those are guides, ancestors. They're little messengers. They're little winged messengers if you've been seeing them. I feel like with this is, and a lot of us are purging. A lot of this collective energy is purging the leftover remnants of belief systems that are, what little pieces we have lingering in our inner child, um, in this Scorpio energy. Because this is, and that's the butterfly reminds me of Scorpio. The butterfly is, to me, a symbol of transformation because it goes through stages from a caterpillar to a butterfly. It goes through all those stages to transform itself, just like we do as humans. But what I'm getting with this is the belief system here that they're asking you to look at is it possible? Well, honestly, I feel like growing up, because normally if we have an issue of control, then as a kid, we felt controlled or we felt like we had no control. So, if that is what they're asking you to look at, like to release these last remnants of this old belief system, which doesn't serve you, and it doesn't serve you. This old belief system, something someone taught you, showed you, you could have witnessed it in your own, with your your mother, or your father, or whoever raised you, aunt, uncle, anyone, whoever raised you, or it could be teachers, anything like that that taught you, um, or that was very controlling over you, um, or controlling over another person that you witnessed. Um, they're wanting you to change this belief system because what we do is we reprogram, and we create, like this says, you create your own reality. So you create your own rules. You're only in control of you. If you can control you, then you don't need to control another person. You only have to have control over yourself, and you are the only one that you can control. You're the only one that, you know, just like whenever one of my kids has, an issue with someone, and I tell them, I'm like, listen, you can only control the way that you respond to a situation, or if you want to even engage in a situation, only you can control yourself. No control over another human being, another person. They have free will. We basically just waste our time when we do that. We give our energy away freely. And we're giving our power away and that control away to someone else. We're letting someone else control us. So, whatever this belief system was, they're telling you that if you first seek joy, if you do that, then you know that everything else good will follow. I really feel like with this that you've transformed through this belief system. Either, like I said, you felt really controlled as a child growing up, or, well, like I said, I feel like you've transformed through this because, with this showing the butterfly here, butterflies are a symbol of transformation. We are in Scorpio energy right now. And I feel like this is either a belief system that you are currently working on, or you've been made aware of this belief system, because and maybe the answer that you were looking for is, or maybe you've been pondering, how do I let go of this, or how do I release this little bit that pops up every once in a while, to where that the old me that says that I have to control, because if I don't, then I don't know what's going to happen. That control thing was hard for me too, and it still is sometimes. It will pop up, because to surrender is very hard. Surrender is very difficult, just because, well, myself personally, I'm older. I've had a lot of experiences in my life. I had a lot of stuff to purge, a lot of shadow work. So control, the longer we keep these patterns and these belief systems, the harder it is on us to reprogram it. What is that saying, which is so dumb in my opinion, but you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, yeah, you can. You can teach an old dog new tricks if the dog wants to learn new ones. You see what I'm saying? I don't know where that one came from. It just kind of popped in my head, but I just feel like your guides, your higher self, your ancestors, they're wanting you to know that with the situation, when you are feeling like, I'm afraid to let go of control because I don't know what's next. If that pops in your head during this time between these two eclipses we're having, this transformation, Scorpio energy, death and rebirth, new belief systems, we're letting go of the old. During this time, if you will first take a minute when this pops in your head, this control, when it pops in and you feel that passion, that urge, like, but I can't surrender because then, I don't know what's going to happen. If you feel that energy, take a step back. Look at yourself in the mirror, or just say, you know what? I'm taking a breather. I know this is a part of the old me trying to come out. And I'm going to see things from a joyful perspective. I'm going to see things from, I learned control as something that protected me as a child. I thought it protected me. But now that I'm older, I know that it only hinders me and it keeps me stuck. So in order for me to move forward and have joy in my life, I have to surrender and I have to let it go. I have to step into the unknown, and I know that I'm safe. And I can step into the unknown. I can release control. I know I have no control over anyone else. I only have control over myself. And if you can do that and focus on yourself and work on your own inner reality, it will be shown outside of you. People will mirror that to you, Callum. I hope that gave you an answer. It gave you some clarity. Because right now, the collective, a lot of people are going through roller coasters right now, because Scorpio energy is transformation. This is when relationships end, new ones begin, cycles close. All of those things happen. What's this card? I can always reach for a thought that feels better. And we were just talking about that, Callum. Um, reach for a better feeling thought. That control feeling comes up. Reach for a better feeling thought. I'll distract myself sometimes, especially if it's a strong feeling. Like, oh man, I have to know A, B, C, and D. I have to know that, or I don't. Well, how do I know how it's going to work out? You start asking yourself any of those questions. Distract yourself. I do that sometimes with myself, and it works. It helps. I'll turn on some music. I'll try to get that thought out of my head. I'll turn on a movie. I'll go outside. I'll do some gardening. I'll do something that I enjoy. I'll paint. I'll draw. Whatever you love to do, Callum, do that. And that's really going to help you during this time to create a new reality, to release the control. It'll make it easier on you. Because then you won't be up in your head. So I hope that assisted you, Callum. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys allowing me to read for you. I really do. Please like, share, and subscribe. If any of you are feeling drawn to donate to the channel, I greatly appreciate it if you do. That supports my channel, allows me to be here for the collective. So let me see, who do I have next? Shyly, I don't know if I pronounced that correct. Are you still in here? It says I have 3 in here right now, but I don't know if I think it's Siley. I don't know if I don't know if they're still in here. There's some hearts for you guys. I'm sending y'all some hearts. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are so patient. The energy for every one of you guys is amazing. It's very relaxing. Of course, I'm very relaxed, so we're all vibing together here. But yeah, Siley, if you're here, please type in the chat box that you're here. If not, I'm probably going to be ending this live stream soon. Guys, make sure you do look up your birth chart to find out what your north node is, and your look up your life path number. Those will assist you tremendously in discovering a little more about yourself if you haven't already researched it. I know some of you have. Divinely Protected, I know you definitely have. And when you look at your birth chart, also your Chiron placement is important because that is your wound healer. So that's part of what you're here to heal in this life. But Callum, if you weren't here, make sure you do look that up if you get a chance. It will assist you on your journey as well. I guess Siley must have left. So I am probably going to go. I'm going to close out the live stream. Thank you guys very much. Your Chiron is in Sagittarius, North Node is in Cancer. Okay, Callum, also look up, see where your Chiron, what house it's in, and because you said Sag, so see what house it's in, and North Node is in Cancer, see what house, because your house is important too. So North Node, Cancer, whatever house it's in. So if it's 10th house, North Node, Cancer, 10th house. Type that in on Google search and it'll give you more information. 4th house and North Node is 10th house. So yeah, type that in on Google search and it will just scroll. I scroll and I go with which one I'm drawn to click on. Sometimes I look at multiple. But yeah, do that, and that should help. That should assist you. What you doing, baby? You rubbing on my cards. Then we got Chloe up here. Come here, baby. She wanted to come up here and make herself known. I'm amazed it's not Marvel. I appreciate you guys. Come back and see me. I will be on again tomorrow evening. Like I said, I'm planning on doing lives for this month. This is my birth month. I am a Scorpio, a Halloween Scorpio, October 31st. So this is my birth month, so I am going to do a live every night except for Sunday and Monday. I think those are going to be my 2 days, my breaks, to take some time to recover and recoup. But I appreciate you guys for coming in and seeing me, spending a little time here with me. So thank you guys so very much. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate all of you guys, and I wish you guys a wonderful evening. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. Bye, y'all.